Hi, Best Buds. It's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. I have a pile of things that you're going to want to grab to make today's project. And yes, we're going to be using our windowed junk mail envelopes. So grab a few. It does not matter if you have large windows or smaller windows. Next, you'll want to grab some book page pictures. Now these are like sketch type pictures. These will work just fine. Maybe you have something more like this. These will work wonderfully too. Or maybe you have large book page pictures. Or maybe you have magazine pictures. Magazine pictures work wonderful for this project. You're going to also need a few scraps. Paper pad paper, music paper, digital paper, coffee dyed paper. You get the idea. We're going to make junk mail window journals. These are great, they're beautiful, they're easy, and we're going to use things that we already have. Won't you join me? Any of the junk mail envelopes that has a window will work any size. Let's take this one, and from the edge to where the window starts, it looks like it's about 3/4 of an inch. So let's go right over here and let's mark where it would be 3/4 of an inch from the edge of this window to where I have marked. Now it looks like this. What we want to do is we want to cut the right side this folded area. We're going to cut it open. So I just cut a sliver. Now we want to open the bottom. Remember, the top is already open. Now the side is open. Now we need to open the bottom. And once again, we're only cutting a sliver. Now we have something that looks like this. This is exactly what you're going to need for your base for this project. Now we need to bring in our book page pictures. Taking your windowed envelope that you have now cut open, we're going to open it, and now you can see exactly where you want your image to be placed and how it will look. So you just kind of see what you like and you play around with it, auditioning your pictures to see what you might come up with. Don't forget, we have magazine pictures as well. I really like this one. I think this might be something we might want to use in today's project. I think that's beautiful. All right, so we've selected one. This is really sweet and something different. So maybe you have a book that has what I would consider sketch pictures. Let's use this one for our second one. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to use my art glitter glue and I'm going to look at this envelope that we have trimmed, and I'm going to glue the parts that have kind of, well, they didn't have enough glue on them to begin with. Just checking to see what do I need to repair on the envelope that I have chosen. Bringing in the picture that I want to use. Making sure that my fold is on the left-hand side so that it opens up like a book. You want to look at your picture, move your windowed envelope around until you get just where you would like it to be. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to just kind of mark down the side and a little on the top. That's going to help me place my windowed envelope where I want it to go. Once I've put my glue on, I'm going to apply my glue at the fold and around the window. There we are. We've got our beautiful picture in our window. It's time to trim out our picture. Oh my, I think it looks super cute. The second one is the one that I chose with the teapot and the flowers, and they're just getting ready for a very fancy dinner. Remember, fold on the left-hand side, opening on the right. Position how you would like it to be in your window. I'm going to use my pencil. Now, this is a pretty dark picture, so I'm choosing to mark it over here. I can see my marks a little bit easier. Placing my glue around my window, using my marks to help me position where I decided I liked my picture, and then pressing it down. I'm going to just trim this right out of the book. I did not take my page out of the book, just going to trim it out. I'm going to trim around the envelope. Here we have our two different pictures in our windowed envelope. I think they look fantastic. Next, we're going to be collaging. We're going to collage the front, the back, as well as the inside. Before I start collaging, I want to go ahead and ink up the edges of my little booklet here. I'm showing you the highlights of my collaging. So I just edited out the boring parts and put in my pages that I've chosen and where I'm placing them. Right here, I chose to fold this little scrap first before I put it in the folded part of the envelope, and it really worked out well. Now we have our junk mail envelopes all collaged. I love how they have come together. I do have a tip. My tip is, after you have collaged your envelopes, leave them open like this to dry. I found that trying to crease them too soon really just causes problems. So let them have a little moment to dry. Now this is when I decided to turn on the video. When I was prepping for this, I made these two. I decided to sew with my machine around the edges of this one so you can see what it looks like when you sew. I used paper pad paper to cover the back of this one. And the pictures in the center, I just carried on with the picture that I used for my window. This one is one of those tall, thin windowed envelopes. It makes an adorable little cover for a journal. Now my page right here, it didn't go all the way to the edge, so I used a little washi tape. I think these are fantastic. Now it's time that we need to select some papers and we need to pop them into our little journals. We can maybe put some tabs, maybe some lace, maybe some ruffle. Oh my, we have so many options that we can use to finish off our little junk journals. I love them. I hope you're enjoying this project as well. And if you are, don't forget, we now have a hype button. Press that hype button for me to help me grow my channel. So let's continue, you guys. We're not quite finished yet. So I gathered my papers. I decided to use coffee dyed tracing paper, coffee dyed book page, and coffee dyed copyweight paper. I also punched out quite a few different tabs so that we can try them out on our little booklets. I cut my pages to fit inside my little booklet, and I paper clipped them in. Now let's see which little tab would look the best on this booklet. I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to glue it right on the front cover. I think that's going to look great. No, I really like this one. So let's glue this one on. That looks great. I'm thinking maybe this one on this little booklet. Oh, look how cute that one is. I think this one is perfect for this little booklet. Perfect, don't you think? If you have a small little booklet like this one, you could use a stapler to staple your pages in, depending on how many pages you decided to place in your booklet. If you place too many pages, the stapler really won't staple well and it will kind of bind. I would like to sew my pages in. So you have your scrap piece of paper, you fold it in half the long way, and you cut it the same length as the journal that you want to sew your pages into. You fold it in half the long way, you crease it. You fold it in half another time and you crease it well. Where the creases intersect is where you place a dot on the intersection of the creases. Now you take this little piece and you place it right in the fold of the journal and you paper clip it in. Now what we'll want to do is you want to take your awl, this is a piece of packing foam, and you place your holes right where you have marked. And now you have the holes for sewing your signature in marked evenly, no matter what size your journal is. I'm going to be sewing my pages into all 4 of my journals. I love how all of the dangles have turned out. They are so pretty on the little journals. Now I think it's time. Maybe we should add a little bit of lace. Let's start with this one first. I have a little strip of lace. I think it would be super cute if we popped it right on the front right here. Maybe we can have this piece of lace come down, maybe something like this. I like adding the lace with those beads and that picture. I think it's very, very sweet. We have this little journal next. For this one, I have a little bit of sari silk tied with some brown thread, a little bit of lace, a bulb pin with the same type of bead as I have down here on the dangles. Now, I thought that we could take just a little bit of lace and pop it right here on this area, right here. And we're just going to place that right there in the glue. All right. Then how about if we place a little bit of the lace right up here at the top, around the edges just a little. And then if we pop this right here on the corner, I think I'm going to turn it like this. I'm also thinking that I'm going to place the bulb pin in it before I glue it down. Just a little bit of glue right here. Oh my goodness, I think that one's super cute too. Let's work on decorating this one next. This is the only one that I sewed around the picture as well as around the whole journal. For this one, I have a little bit of lace. I thought we could put it right across the corner like that. I did avoid the window. I did not put the hot glue on the window. I was afraid that it would make it warp. I'm going to add my bow right here, and then I'm going to take the end of the bow and I'm going to just kind of twist it around, give it a little movement. I'm still avoiding that window. I don't want to put the hot glue on this window. I really don't think it would react very well. I have a smaller butterfly I thought I would place up there, and the larger butterfly I'm going to place right down here. I have a little bit of bling. Oh, I think that one is sweet too. I think it goes well with the dangles. This is the last one that we have to decorate. For this one, I have a little bit of lace that I thought we could pop on right here. So let's get this down. A little bit of the same lace down here at the bottom. I think we can pop it on like that. I think that looks good. Well, I have a satin ribbon here, and I have a very strange little flower that I purchased. It was in a pack a long time ago. I think I might have bought it at Walmart in the sewing section, I think. But I think I need a little piece of net underneath there. Let me grab a piece. So here's the little bit of net. I'm just twirling it around. Oh, there's Frankie Francine. Then let's add some glue to the back. That one looks super cute too. I don't know which one is my favorite. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.